Hello everyone, we are here to preview the weekday doubleheader. You can call it Mayhem Match Day, you can call it something like a Wednesday Mania. It's actually the first time that we're going to have two games in a weekday in this year's IPL. Normally you associate doubleheaders to be on a weekend, a Saturday or a Sunday. So with scheduling, with Corona, with bubbles moving around, I think this is the first time in so many years that we are having a match, two matches in a weekday. The first match, the day game, is going to be played between the Punjab Kings and the Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's going to be played at the Chepauk Stadium in Chennai. Both teams struggling to get momentum. Punjab won their first game and then lost their next two games, won by a very comprehensive margin. One more, well yes, their batting faltered towards the end. Hyderabad need to win. They're in a situation that if they lose this game, then there's going to be a greater amount of panic setting in. So how do both these teams look up for today? Are there going to be any changes? Let's have a look at both these teams. First, we're going to look at the Punjab Kings. Technically, they are the home side for today, while they're shifting base from Mumbai to Chennai. Punjab is an explosive batting lineup based team. They'll have to get used to Chennai quickly than they would have thought earlier, given that Chennai is a slightly slower track. What they can take heart from is the way Bangalore played in Chennai in their previous game. So Bangalore, they sort of literally annulled all the myths that were there, posted a 200 plus score against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and it was a day game. So if this game is going to be played on the same pitch, then possibly you can expect higher scores. But what Punjab Kings will need to do is, when they've got Manic Wednesday going right, all guns blazing right from the word go, it's important that Rahul somehow gets to score at a higher strike rate. Yes, he might not believe in strike rates, but those 20 runs was what the difference was between a Delhi Capitals not winning and winning, especially against Punjab in their last game. So that is the kind of momentum that they'll want. They'll want runs from Chris Gayle. Unfortunately, he hasn't scored. Would they bring in Malan now, David Malan? I don't think so. They'll make a move here. But one change that I want them to make is in terms of Nicholas Pooran. Look, Pooran has been given the opportunity in 3 games. He had the opportunity to score, but he hasn't done well. And they're coming to Chennai, which is again a ground where they're going to get a better purchase in terms of spin. There's not going to be much of due because it's a day game. It will be of interest to see if they can get in a Fabian Allen. Fabian Allen is an underrated all-rounder, scores at 150 plus strike rate in T20s, has a good record in terms of bowling left arm spin. So he can come in and slot in at number 5. So they can get Deepak Hooda at number 4, Fabian Allen and Shah Rukh Khan at number 5 and number 6. So this gives their top order a bit of stability and the bowling variety. And then they'll have to make one change between Riley Meredith and Jai Richardson. They'll have to have one out and get in Chris Jordan. Look, Chris Jordan is a designated death bowler for them. I'm not sure why they have not used him in the last 2 games. He coming in will actually give them some kind of security, especially the death. Yes, they might also want to play Murugan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi, but given Murugan Ashwin's record in Chennai, they'll want to have Murugan Ashwin slot in right back along with Arshdeep, Mohammad Shami and then Jai. So this is going to be my lineup for today for Kings 11 Punjab. It's an important game. They need to win to sort of get back some amount of momentum that they've lost. Now we are going to look at the men in orange, the Orange Army, Sunrisers. A disappointed start to the tournament. Unfortunate that they only have to blame themselves. You can't throw away games from positions of victory. They did that against Mumbai Indians as well last time around. It's a very peculiar situation for them because they lose further. It'll be more of panic into the dressing room. You will have so many changes coming in there. What was somewhat a bit of an offside to see was they actually making 4 changes. Yes, they tried their best to get a combination around. But what those changes did was it made them middle order all the more inexperienced. I won't say it was brittle, but it was more inexperienced. So how do they balance it off? From what we know, Kane Williamson isn't yet fit. So Kane Williamson coming in there and strengthening the middle order is ruled out at least for today's game. What they can possibly do is they'll have to make way for Priyam Garg instead of Manish Pandey. Look, Manish Pandey, there's no point in he scoring a 30 or a 40 at a strike rate of 100 or 115. It's not going to help their cause even if they're batting first or batting second. If Warner and Bairstow open up, it's better to get in a Priyam Garg at 1 down. And give him the license. Maybe it's about the mindset stating that, look, go out there, you have 4-5 games to play. Just go out, express yourself, play the way you like to play. So Priyam Garg coming in there at number 3. And then at number 4, you look at, that's where they'll have to sort of get some kind of a setup in terms of the batting. If there are 2 early wickets, then possibly get in a Jason Holder, because Jason Holder is definitely a good batsman. He can come in there. Otherwise, you can have Vijay Shankar coming in there, Abdul Samad and Jason Holder. So this is how their top 6 is going to be. Then you have an Abhishek Sharma at number 7, Rashid Khan at number 8, Bhuvi at number 9. T. Natarajan isn't yet fit because there is some kind of a knee niggle. So I don't think he's going to play today's match, also as a precaution. So Khalil slots in there. They'll want to look at whether a Sandeep Sharma or do they continue with Shabaz. Shabaz has done well, but Sandeep has a superior record against a KL Rahul, a Gale. But then given that this is a day game and they've got the likes of Rashid Khan, Bhuvi, who can definitely swing in the ball. Bhuvi needs to have a very important game. Last game that he had, maybe those 15-20 runs excess that was given towards the fag end of the innings of Mumbai, that was perhaps too costly for the SRH that made them chase in excess of 150. So Bhuvi having an important game is a good game is very important for them, and then they'll want to slot in Shabaz and Nadeem at least for this particular game because it's being played in Chennai. All in all, what this team needs is confidence. I think Bairstow's innings was perhaps one of the best in T20 chases. Just that David Warner's suicidal run out, had it not happened, possibly they would have been having a smile in their faces towards the end of the last game. So this team needs confidence, but this team also needs some kind of a fresh induction of people inside. There must be a Priyam Garg playing in. He was the under-19 World Cup captain for India. So he's got that pedigree. It's about giving them that space and giving them that role and making them play for a longer run. So this is going to be my team for today for SRH. Punjab and SRH, two teams struggling for momentum. Who would I go with? I feel that today is going to be the day of the underdog. SRH is going to come back, win big, and they'll want to just start off their campaign from here on. All the best to both teams.